Okay, normally I use champagne mushrooms. I think that's what they're called. These are, I can't remember what these are called. These are whole mushrooms. And then I cook them up separately. So I'll be back to show you what that looks like. Okay, so I saute my mushrooms, but I don't put any salt in it. I don't put any pepper, I put nothing in it. I just cook them. That's it. I cook them up first, these mushrooms, and then I throw them in with the omelet. So, as you can see, butter. Those guys are going to go in, and I'll be back. Okay, so it's the first time I've done these type of mushrooms, and they're full of water, so no butter. I had to dump out all the water and the butter that was in there, and it's going to take a while to cook these. But in the meantime, prep my eggs, my three eggs, my cheese, bacon's ready. So I just gotta cook these guys up and then throw them in a separate bowl, and then do my omelet. That'll be done in butter, and then I'll throw the mushrooms in there, cook that up for a few minutes, throw the cheese on top. It's so good. It's the best. Be back. Okay, my mushrooms are done. I throw in the 3 eggs. I put a little bit of butter in there because I can't use milk because of the carbohydrates. Come back on that. I'll throw that in there and I'll be back. So I'll let this cook here for a little bit before I throw the mushrooms in. It's hard to do with one hand. Try and get those bubbles out of there. And I'll throw the shrooms in there. Gotta get that, make sure that's still not as liquidy, because you want the shrooms to bake in there. And then the cheese. And we're almost there. I'll be back. And you can see how nice and brown that is. I'll let that cook for a few seconds and then I'll flip it back over. Okay, and then I flip it back over, put the cheese on there, let it melt. And turn this down a little bit. And then once it melts, you fold it, and we're good. Put it on a hot plate, put it in the microwave, and then I'm on to the bacon. Let's see how this works out here. And then you fold it, and you see how it's nice and brown. You gotta be fairly quick about this. You gotta be careful here, because I don't want it to burn. And then I flip it over, and you can see how it's starting to get a little dark here. That's too dark for my liking, but whatever. I'm pretty much done, and I'm on to the bacon. So that's just for my own documentation. So far this hasn't hurt me, and I should be good. See ya.